Yo, 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 what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right. So shout out to everyone who is in the room. And man, y'all killing it with the early morning ducats, man. I appreciate you guys. I got a lot of content for y'all today. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it all in. I'm gonna try to get 3 streams done in the morning, and I'm gonna try to get 3 streams done at night. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I'll be able to get that done for y'all. All right. So if you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, then give me a thumbs down or an angry face. I will try to fix it if you guys are not able to hear or see me clearly. All right, I'm going to shout out everybody that's in the room, and I'm going to acknowledge the ducats. We got to acknowledge the ducats. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Denise Scales. We got Vovo 2 Love in the building. We got Katsy up in here. We got Emmanuel Carey. Shout out to Emmanuel. We got DC Precise. We got Shamika Gray in the building. We got Jerry Bedford. Shout out to Jerry Bedford for the double ducats. You know what I'm saying? My man did the double ducats Duchess. You know what I'm saying? With the 5-on-5. So shout out to him. Make sure y'all throw some radiation emoji in the chat and show him some love. Definitely appreciate it. We got Ricky 12. Shout out to you, bro. Good to see you up in here. My man Carlton Way is in the building. Shout out to Cameron. We got Win Loser Rug. Shout out to Win Loser Rug. Shout out to Katsy with the ducats. Make sure y'all throw some radiation emoji in the chat for her. Show her some love. Definitely, definitely appreciate it. All right. Let me see who else we got up in here. Win Loser Rug with even more ducats. Shout out to Win Loser Rug with the ducats, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Jacoby. Good to see you, bro. And shout out to my man DeAndre. What's good with it? All right, so what we're going to talk about today, y'all, is 50 Shades of Foul. 50 Shades of Foul, okay? Now, this story took place at a tech company in the Bay Area, all right? And when you guys hear this story, you're just going to shake your head. You're just going to shake your head. So let's get to it. Did I not give Denise her props for the ducats? You already know I'm about to build a dynasty, bro. About to build a dynasty. Facts. If I did not give Denise the props for the ducats, let me shout Denise out real quick. I'm sorry, Denise. I thought I said everybody. Shout out to Denise for the ducats. Make sure y'all throw some radiation emoji in the chat for her. Definitely show some love. Throw some double radiation emoji in the chat for Denise, because Denise always showing love. She's a member on all the channels, man. Shout out to her. Definitely appreciate you guys. All right. So, you guys ready for the shock factor in this? Boom. There it is. Bay Area CEO accused in lawsuit of enslaving assistant, taking her into a dark abyss of sexual horror. Has anybody ever been there before? I haven't. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says a CEO was fired this fall from a major Bay Area technology company and is accused in a new lawsuit of enslaving his assistant and sending her into a dark abyss of unwanted sexual horror. Now, let me ask you guys this. How does one do that? I don't know how to do that. Probably a good thing. I wouldn't want to do that. But I'm curious as to how that works. So this took place in October, all right? In October, San Francisco headquartered business software firm TradeShift, which attained unicorn status in 2018 with a $1.1 billion valuation, announced that it had terminated former CEO Christian Lang 5 weeks earlier for gross misconduct on multiple grounds after management learned about serious allegations of sexual assault and harassment against him. So now here's my question. Has anybody ever heard of this company called Trade Shift? If you guys have ever heard of this company called Trade Shift, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not heard of this company called Trade Shift, give me a thumbs down. All right. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to each and every one of you all who are in the building. I appreciate you guys. If you all have not smashed that like button, if you guys have not hit the bell, and if you have not shared the stream to your social media, please take a moment and help your boy out by doing that. I've never heard of this company before. This company is brand new to me. I've never heard of this. And I've also never heard of this individual. But we heard of him now. On Thursday, a woman identified as Jane Doe sued Trade Shift and Lang, claiming within months of her hiring as his executive assistant, coerced her into signing a quote-unquote slave contract. Years of grape, sexual abuse, torture, and assault followed, the lawsuit alleged. So here's my question for you guys. What are you guys thinking so far while you're hearing this? Shout out to Dre D. What's good with it? How do you get somebody into a contract like that without them understanding the terms of the contract? Does that make any sense? Like, these are some wild allegations. Doe claimed Lang's sadomasochistic bondage involved inflicting physical pain on her by various means, urinating on her, and routinely penetrating her person with foreign objects. Now, here goes my question. At what point, when you're uncomfortable with this stuff, do you say, hey, I'm cool on all this? I'm uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's my point. I'm in as much awe as you guys. How would you coerce someone into signing something like that? Facts, Catsy. DC Precise says, why would you sign something like that? Facts. Akron Zippy said, he tricked her. Right. Those are some pretty graphic things to have happen. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what was actually in the contract. And then, like, after this had happened the first time, you know, probably something should have been done, but they allowed it to continue. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And yeah, big facts, SB599 facts. But now check this out, though. That's exactly right. Sounds like R. Kelly, though. But you saw what happened to him. Now, here goes the thing. Nobody even knew about this story, right? And the thing, and shout out to freelance Jakir. The thing about this story, though, is that, remember how I was telling you guys how they hide stuff in subscriber only? They hide stuff in subscriber only. So they try to make it like, oh, you're getting a bonus by getting this story. But at the same time, it's restricting it to putting it behind the paywall. So, you know, that's how they weaponize that subscriber only. You know what I'm saying? So, and real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to SB559 for becoming a member. Definitely appreciate that. Members are always welcome. You know what I'm saying? The lowest tier of the membership is only 99 cents. It helps. All of the money that I get from YouTube, I invest it right back into YouTube to try to bring you guys the highest quality, highest frequency content that I can provide. So shout out to SB559. Make sure you guys show him some love. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat. Welcome him to the Radiation Nation. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, Lang vehemently denied those allegations. The shocking and vile claims in the lawsuit are categorically false, and I reject allegations that I subjected someone to any form of abuse during my tenure as CEO or at any other time in my life, he said in a statement on Tuesday. a highly distorted version of the extremely intimate details of a private consensual sexual relationship is now not only in the public domain, but being used to defame me for personal gain. Doe claims she told TradeShift's human resource department and company officials about her suffering at the hands of the CEO under the quote unquote slave contract. But instead of protecting her, TradeShift, which has offices in London, Tokyo, Paris, and 7 other international locations, fired her in 2020. Now, I'm curious as to what she actually got fired for. What does it say on the actual termination papers? TradeShift did not immediately respond to requests for comment on the lawsuit filed Thursday in San Francisco County Superior Court. The lawsuit does not make clear how long Doe worked at TradeShift. Lang claimed in his statement that Doe never filed a complaint, formal or otherwise, to TradeShift's HR department or board. A purported copy of the slave contract, running to 9 pages and bearing a signature alleged to be Lang, is filed as Exhibit A with the lawsuit. Now, here's my question. What was in the slave contract? What was in this contract? And again, why would you sign this? And if you weren't sure about it, why would you not sign it without having somebody else look it over or without getting a lawyer or something like that? Does that make any sense? So now here it says among the many purported provisions of the contract that Doe, quote unquote, always be sexually available for her master when he needs sex and never refuse him sex when not wearing the collar. And whenever she sees her master in private for the first time, she is to kneel and ask, is there anything she can do for him? Oh man, not asking, not laughing at the situation. You know what I'm saying? Laughing at my imagination. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you ain't never lied, bro. Facts. Akron Zippy says it's going to get to a point where no one will want to work with women. A discrimination suit looks better than a SA suit. Yeah. At this point, it also gets addressed more quickly, and you're almost 99% likely to either get found guilty and have to pay or get recommended that the best thing that you do is pay to get out of it. And then even if you pay and get out of it, or even if you're not guilty, as a man, you still have to walk around with those allegations on you. And women never let men forget about those allegations, even if they're just allegations. In the court of public opinion, if you have those kind of allegations against you, your life is a wrap. You're guilty, even though that's not right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think this is interesting. Do you all think that this guy wrote this contract, or do you guys think that she's making this up? If you guys think that she wrote this, give me a thumbs up. If y'all think that he wrote this, if y'all think that this is real, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think that this is real, give me a thumbs down. Now, here go my question. Why would you sign a long-term contract with somebody saying you have to always be sexually available? You may not always be sexually available. So if you end up in the ICU, that person just allowed to go to the ICU and climb on top of you, and you know what I'm saying? Zip up and then bounce. Like, why would anybody sign a contract like that? And then if the contract said you must be sexually available at all times, I don't understand how she expected a contract like that to not lead to abuse. Who in here would sign a contract like that? You got to be available whenever I need you. You there for me. You know what I'm saying? Who would sign a contract? I don't think anybody in here would sign a contract like that. Right, exactly. Exactly, Denise. What about flows monthly? Facts. The way that this dude is being made to sound in this article, that might be one of his things that he likes. You know what I'm saying? You know, he might like a little salsa with his salmon. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know, but this is wild. Yeah, this is a little bit too much. Oh man, I'm sorry, LaShawn. I hope I didn't mess up dinner for you. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says under the purported quote unquote at work section of the alleged contract, Doe was free to act independently as long as she remembers she is her master's property and she is there to please him and for no other reason. Yo, this is a crazy contract. This is a crazy contract. I agree. Big facts, SB. Where's the news to report this? This should definitely be an evening expose. And that's facts, Zip. Where's the contract? I hope they got a copy of it, a PDF or something like that. So now here it says other alleged provisions detail quote unquote mandatory sex acts. So she got some mandatory sex acts that she got to do. All right, this is what you got to do. Walk in this room while you taking care of me. I'm gonna check the list off. Okay, there you go. Fondling nose, check. You know what I'm saying? Going up and down that, check. You know what I'm saying? Using this for that, check. Bouncing up and down, check. Backing it up, check. Okay. All mandatory acts have been performed. Are you serious? Man. Now, here goes my question. If you sign a contract like this and this is part of your job, doesn't this dovetail into prostitution? I shouldn't say dovetail into prostitution. Doesn't this twerk into prostitution? Doesn't this back it up into prostitution? So, yeah, she's got mandatory sex acts. You know what I'm saying? The purported document also allegedly requires Doe to dress in a proper feminine way, preferably skirts, dresses, and stockings. Keep her weight between 130 and 155 pounds, and noting her weekly weight in a spreadsheet shared with Lang. Doe was allegedly required to wear her day collar when out with Lang. Hey, let me ask you. Let me ask y'all this: where did he get these ideas of how he wanted this arrangement to be? Shout out to Cameron. Cameron says only the man is wrong in prostitution, which is, if you ask me, that's not correct. That's not how it should be. You know what I'm saying? It's the prostitution should be looked at as far as I'm concerned the same way as buying stolen property. You know what I'm saying? You're both knowingly engaging in illegal acts, which means that you both should be found guilty. Carlton Way said from Fresh and Fit. I was thinking something like that. I was thinking something like that. Yeah, facts. 50 Shades of Grey BS. Facts. Man. The master will work to shape the slave toward his goal of the perfect woman, the purported contract said. Allowed under the contract is any punishment the master decides to inflict, whether earned or not, including spanking, canning, slapping, humiliation, and electric shock. Good God. Although the purported document noted the master's responsibility to avoid killing Doe or committing permanent bodily harm. I mean, it's kind of not legal to kill Doe, first and foremost. What is canning? has, has anybody ever been canned? You picked up on that? I knew Carlson was going to pick up on that. Oh, real talk, SB. Big facts. Big facts. Carlton said he wanted her fit, feminine, and friendly. Uh-oh. And sounds like the FBI might actually be involved in this at some point. So now here it says the slave agrees to always take her punishments without being angry, sullen, or frustrated with her master, and thank him after. The contract allegedly said. Where is the contract? I want to see this contract. Doe claimed in the lawsuit that Lang beat her to the point of bleeding and sexually abused her with inanimate objects. So you know what went on there. Now, I listen. I think she was all about it. I think she signed this contract, for one, because she probably is this kind of freak, which, honestly, you know what I'm saying, this stuff really is not that freaky. You know what I'm saying? I think that she wanted to do this. You know what I'm saying? And I think that what ended up happening is that the relationship soured. And because this is a very bad look and it exposes some fetishes, some personal, kind of dark sexual stuff, that's always going to reflect negatively on the man. So she said, yeah, basically, I mean, I'm just going to tell this dude's fetishes and put him out here. And, people don't really talk about this kind of stuff out in the open. So everybody's going to be looking at him like he's some type of freak. And that's just it. And yeah, facts, big facts. Cameron says, I bet they met at a BDSM party. And they have those freak BDSM parties out there in Silicon Valley. So they probably did. Because you don't just meet people like that. Even like in your daily, I'm going to talk to this chick, I'm going to talk to that chick. You don't get to the level of fetishes unless you be like in a certain realm of where you're having that kind of conversation and it comes up. You know what I'm saying? You don't just come and like holler at somebody about some fetishes that you have. They'll look at you like you're crazy. You might end up in jail. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Lloyd Scott 9. What's good with it, bro? Man, but this dude was, but you right, Akron Zippy, but homeboy was the CEO of a company. You have to be the dumbest male alive to put something like that on paper and have it notarized. Facts. But homeboy was the CEO of the company. You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. But she, quote unquote, wasn't that freaky. Right. Oh, this chick. If she was willing to sign a contract like this for work, she's definitely this freaky. You know what I'm saying? Which again, none of it, not like, as far as I'm concerned, aside from like the abusive stuff, this, as far as I'm concerned, is just cosplay. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I'm a Scorpio, so there's that. So now here it says Lang forced Doe to keep a diary tracking his subjugation and enslavement of her. So there should be some type of diary that could be called into evidence, as long as they can verify that it actually is indeed a diary. But it's probably a journal. I bet you they had like some type of freak sexual journal. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not smashed the like button, shout out to everybody watching. We got 42 people watching. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Smash that like button. Hit that bell. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Share the stream to your social media. Shout out to Denise. I have no words for this. F'd up SHIT. Facts. 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 I'm just tripping that it went down at work. You know what I'm saying? It's the CEO. You know what I'm saying? Karen said, nah, she was a wholesome girl that used to work in the daycare center. That's hilarious. I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think that the CEO manipulated her into this, or do y'all think that she was in on it too? It's okay, whatever y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to get jumped on if you don't, if you think that she kind of got sucked into this, that's perfectly fine. Nobody gonna jump on you. You know what I'm saying? If you think that he manipulated her into this, you know what I'm saying, then nobody gonna jump on you either. I agree with Denise. Shout out to Tia. What's good with it, Tia? I think that both were consensual. And again, like people that are into this kind of stuff, they're supposed to be like this kind of, you don't really put what y'all got going on out there because it can be really damaging and embarrassing to somebody's fetishes. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's no woman that has not done this before that's gonna volunteer for this kind of stuff if she hasn't done it. A lot of people are more quote unquote like sexually shy than they lead on to be. So, a lot of times just somebody being involved in the act of just normal sex, certain things ain't gonna go down. Depending on somebody's level of self-consciousness, you know what I'm saying? All of that. So if you're that bold that you go to do this, you've done some shit like this before and you enjoyed it and you down to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole bunch of different fetishes, you know what I'm saying? And somebody could just come at you and be like, yo, let's do this. If it's not some shit that you've done before or some shit that you're accustomed to, most times it's going to be like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll be like, I got to get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll be like, I don't even know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So the fact, like, no one's going to do this on an experimental level. Would you guys agree? Like, am I making sense? Like, no one is just going to dive into something like this. This is a lifestyle or this is something that you enjoy doing and you've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shamika Gray. Shamika Gray says, shit, soon as lockdowns were over, there were orgies everywhere. Shit, there was orgies going on during the lockdowns. I think the amount of babies that was born increased after the lockdowns. For real, if I'm not mistaken. Which, I mean, hey, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, shout out to Deneen. She's a very freaky girl. The type you don't take home to mama. Oh man. She's a super freak. Oh man. So check this out. Lang forced Doe to keep a diary tracking his subjugation and enslavement of her and would beat Jane Doe with a cane if she did not write submissive entries in the diary, the lawsuit alleged. So I'm assuming she tried it a couple of times. She tried to write some combative shit. She tried to she tried to write some masculine shit, and he said, "Give me that goddamn cane." Man, this is crazy, man. Why would you accept somebody whooping your ass with a cane? Doe claimed in the lawsuit that she signed the slave contract because she loved her job, was accomplishing important work in her new role, and did not want to lose the opportunity to work a trade shift. Yeah, no, you didn't. I don't believe this. No, you didn't. You're lying. Exactly, Denise. Facts. If you guys agree with Denise, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree with Denise, give me a thumbs down. She's lying. You're lying. You a damn liar. You know what I'm saying? So, what does that have to do with your job? Here, you can lock me up in this dungeon. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put on this latex, you know what I'm saying, with these 6-inch heels. You know what I'm saying? You can get this whip over here, put this leash on my neck, you know what I'm saying, and just keep on, just whatever you want to do. Just whatever you want to do because I love the job so much. Like, that don't even make no damn sense. She wanted to exactly, Deneen. Not only did she want to do this stuff, she's done it before. There is no woman who is not used to this kind of life. Even a guy, even guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to sound unbalanced here, but even guys, you could get with a woman, and that woman, you find out that she's a little bit more freaky than you expected, and she might want to be involved in some shit, and you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. Most people in general are not going to jump out of the window into full BDSM just for a job, especially if they've never done it before. Like, that's not about to happen, man. I'm sorry, I don't believe this. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Lang, co-founder of TradeShift and CEO for more than 10 years, claimed in his statement that he had been now see who's ever heard of femdom? Has anybody ever heard of like femdom? Or have you ever heard of a quote unquote submissive? Who's ever heard of that? Right. This definitely is not water cooler conversation at work. If you've ever heard of femdom, or if you've ever heard of submissive, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Mastermind Hour. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, so they got like the female dominatrix, and then they got where the man can be the domineer and the woman can be the submissive, right? And so that's kind of what this is right here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Al McCowan. What's good with it, bro? So that's kind of what this is right here. So except for he's the domineering one. He's the dominator. You know what I'm saying? And she's the submissive, basically. Like they doing like some role play type shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, most people ain't even gonna do no role plays if you're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me that she had no experience in this and then just decided to jump out the window, and I'm going to do some safety word requiring role play to maintain a job? Do you know how many policies and laws this breaks? This was some side shit that they had set up and it went south. And she's trying to link it to the job. And see, where he screwed himself is because he's her superior at work. He took a shit where he eats at. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Lang, co-founder of TradeShift and CEO for more than 10 years, claimed in his statement that he had been dating. He had been dating Doe when he made a grave error of judgment and hired her in 2014. While this did not constitute a violation of TradeShift's human resource policies, he claimed it was irresponsible to employ someone with whom I was romantically involved. Yep, and now it's coming back to bite you. See, they're not. I think now we know what's going on here. Now we know what's going on here. They've been doing this stuff. And these kind of people, like people that enjoy this type of stuff, they had these type of lifestyles, these freak lifestyles, you know what I'm saying? Like swingers and stuff like that. They know other people, like these are communities, and they know other people within these communities. I guarantee you, if you took her to one of them BDSM clubs, or if you took her to a swinger resort or something like that, people know this chick. You know what I'm saying? And big facts. Shout out to Cameron. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat for Cameron. Cameron said he wifed up someone else. I'd probably. And I'm not trying to be funny, but probably after all of the stuff that they did together, thinking of her as his wife probably grossed him out, which sounds psycho, but it's probably what happened, which is why she ended up getting passed up and he got somebody else for the wife, probably. You know what I'm saying? Because you just can't let everybody do anything. You know what I'm saying? So now it said his sexual relationship with Doe ended 8 months after he hired her. and she remained employed at trade shifts for about 5 more years, rising in the ranks outside of my purview through a series of promotion, Lang claimed. Her position was cut during one of several rounds of layoffs, he claimed. Lang did not mention the alleged slave contract. I'm hopeful, he said, that one day shaming consensual adults for what they do in their bedrooms will be seen as despicable, like outing someone's sexual orientation in the 20th century. That's interesting. What do you guys think about that? That's an interesting way to look at it. That's actually an extremely interesting way to look at it. See, because to me, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a freak. As long as you're doing things legally with a consenting adult. People have fetishes, man. Your fetish is your fetish. And if you find somebody that's willing to engage in that with you because it gets them off too, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I think it's interesting, like he said, that two consenting adults doing stuff like this, if they get outed, he's lost his job. But when people deal with the same sex, like LGBTQ, and they come out the closet, it's celebrated. I think that's an interesting comparison. You know what I'm saying? Now, here goes my thing, right? I think that the only place he messed up, this is the only place where they messed up at. He shouldn't have been engaged with her doing this stuff while she was working there. As far as everything else, I don't even have a problem with none of the rest of the shit that was going on. But the fact that he did this and had that contract while they were working together, that's where you screwed yourself at. Because now you put the evidence on paper, and you were her superior at work, so she could tie anything that happened at work as a result of her job back to you and try to blame that on you. And I gotta agree with Cameron. I bet you she didn't even have a real job before. Shout out to Carla. What's good with it, Carla? How many of y'all think she had a real job? If y'all think she had a real job, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think she had a real job, give me a thumbs down. I gotta agree with Cameron. I don't think she had a real job. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Doe's lawsuit includes a purported termination letter from Trade Shift to Lang, referring to a quote unquote pattern of serious sexual misconduct complaints against him. Now I'm curious if these complaints were from multiple women or just from this individual, Jane Doe. The purported letter referred to Doe and said the company, there it is, had also received similar detailed evidence related to a different woman. So this dude has some things that he likes doing. This dude has some ways about him that he conducts himself at work. Like, Lang had entered into a settlement agreement with Doe in May of 2022, but failed to adhere to its payment provisions, the document alleged. So then he agreed to a settlement, but then he didn't pay the payments. Doe claimed in the lawsuit that she had been in touch with other victims of sexual abuse, torture, and assault in connection with Lang under the aegis of Trade Shift. At certain points during Lang's years-long sexual abuse, torture, and assault of Jane Doe, she tried to disengage from the master-slave arrangement outlined in the slave contract. But when she did, Lang would become enraged and even violent, the lawsuit claimed, adding that in one such alleged incident, Lang assaulted her in public in Davos, Switzerland. So look, this is that overpaid Mac life where you just overpaid, you're an idiot, You got all this money for no reason because people just dump money on you. You know what I'm saying? And you get to just be out in public with your sex slave flipping out in Switzerland. Must be nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree, Lloyd. And I gotta agree with Karen. She probably got a Twitter account, you know what I'm saying, with the BDSM. She probably got an OnlyFans. He was the CEO of a $1 billion company, so he might have actually been at some of those things. The G20 and the World Economic Forum type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now here it's look at this. The alleged abuses left Doe bedridden and in a precarious psychological state for almost 2 years, the lawsuit claims. She continues to experience pain and post-traumatic stress disorder and has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on medical and therapeutic and psychiatric care, the lawsuit alleges. She bears numerous scars and bodily damage, remnants from the actual physical sexual torture endured at Lang's hands while an employee at Trade Shift, the lawsuit alleges. Doe is seeking unspecified lost wages, restitution, and damage. All right. So my question is, what do you all think actually happened here? And what do you all think is going to be the end result? I got to agree with Denise. I think that this was consensual. I think that Christian Lang is not a very intelligent dude. I don't think that you should hire people that you're busting down while they're tied up to a table like Dexter consensually with a contract and be their superior at work. I just don't think that works out very well in the end. And like in the case of this story, clearly it didn't. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me shout out the stream sponsors, man. We had 6 stream sponsors. Shout out to y'all, man. Throw some radiation emojis, some flames, ducks, all that in the chat. Shout out to Jerry Bedford with the 2 $5 super chats. Shout out to Denise with the $5 super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Katsy with the $9.99 ducats. Shout out to Win Loser Rug with the 10 ducats. And everybody throw some member emoji in the chat for SB559 for becoming a YouTube member. We definitely appreciate it and we welcome you. We got a bunch of other content popping off today, so make sure you got the notifications hit. All right. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour, got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city, that's on my knee, that's on TV, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that fake. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Active for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey.